Our voice reflects our inner emotional state. Let me share with you. When we are in a safe environment around people who make us feel emotionally safe and secure, we can express ourselves. We can be who we are without fear of criticism, ridicule, or humiliation. Our body is relaxed and open. Subsequently, we can breathe deeply, naturally and automatically without even thinking about it. And we can express ourselves and have high pitch and low pitch and just be completely emotive in the way we speak. But when we are around people that make us feel less safe, they may be more prone to criticize, they may be more prone to tell jokes that are not constructive, that are not nice. Our body contracts. Our brain literally thinks we are in danger and it signals to the nervous system to go on fight or flight mode. And when the body tightens up and the throat tightens up, our voice does not flow. It meets a lot of blockage. Compared to when our body is open, our voice flows easily. Before we begin, and I want to share with you a story of something that happened with my client, let me begin by saying, if this is your first time here, I'm your favorite Inhibited voice recovery coach, Hossam. I help people go from socially anxious to socially confident through healing their voice physically and psychologically. This is something that I struggled with for years, and I learned how to overcome it, and now I'm helping so many people do the same thing. If that sounds like a good deal, please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. With that, let's dive in. So a couple weeks ago, a client reached out to me and she told me that she was hanging out with a couple of her cousins and they were, needless to say, just toxic. She did not feel safe or herself around them. She was literally going there to pick some stuff up and leave. But during that time, because she's been doing a lot of voice work, she noticed that her throat was tight. So she did whatever she needed to do there and then she left. And she was hoping that her voice will begin to relax after she leaves. But her voice remained tight for the whole day. That's when she reached out to me to seek more clarity. So if this is something that you resonate with or you know somebody that experienced something similar, listen up because you may find yourself getting a lot of benefits from the solutions I'm about to share with you. So I shared with her what I just shared with you, that when we're on survival mode, our body contracts and it's more difficult to speak. When we're relaxed, our body expands and it's easier to speak. So how is it that we can keep our body relaxed and expansive even when seemingly the brain thinks we're in a threat situation? First and foremost, there are two solutions that go hand in hand when it comes to this situation. One is long-term and one is short-term. That's not to say that short-term is not important. Short-term is important because we have to consistently be aware of the thoughts that are in our mind, and we have to be consistently aware of how our body is reacting to our environment and how we're engaging with life on a day-to-day basis. So the long-term solution I shared with her is a journaling exercise. Open up a Word document or a notepad on your phone, or just get a pen and paper, old school, and write down what happened. I was at my cousin's and I was doing this and they were doing this, whatever. Just short description, and then write down what were the feelings that you had and write down those feelings. I was feeling afraid, angry, anxious, restricted. And then write down what were internal decisions that you made because of those feelings. Oh, well, I decided internally, I guess, that I shouldn't speak so I don't get criticized. I decided that I shouldn't be loud and expressive because they may say something that will embarrass me. And that is the journaling exercise. Once you go through these two steps, you will notice a great amount of relief. And you can also continue repeating those steps to create even deeper relief. And when you do that, your brain starts to learn, oh, this is not a real threat, it's just a perceived threat. Subsequently, the brain will send signals to the nervous system, hey, release the tightness, and then you can speak comfortably. Got it? I hope that makes sense. If you want to learn more about this journaling exercise, I'll include a link in the description of a video where I go in a little bit more depth about this journaling exercise. All right. Now let's move on to the second strategy, more the short term. So you're not going to pull up your laptop or get a pen and a piece of paper and start journaling. You need to do something on the fly, like you can do it in the moment inside your mind where nobody can see it. Just an inner game, right? All athletes, they have inner game and outer game. Outer game is the skills to navigate the external world, and inner game, the mindset, the tricks, the mental tricks, or the self-awareness, and how you can adjust and upgrade things so that the machine, the source of the performance, is well adjusted and helps you navigate the outer game, the external game. All right, that was a good segue. Now, some people in the moment, they may use affirmations, which are so powerful, and I advocate for them. However, some people report that affirmations don't work for them. It just doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel right. And that makes sense. And here's why. We have our conscious mind, which is kind of like the tip of the iceberg, and then we have our unconscious mind, which is the rest of the iceberg. Like 98% of our mind is the unconscious mind. So we have a filter, a radar system between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind that filters out and catches anything that does not resonate with the internal programming that is already in the unconscious mind. So if I have a programming inside that says I'm timid, then if I say affirmations, I'm courageous, that filter, that radar system may catch it and reject it. So how can we bypass that radar system? It's called the critical factor in NLP and hypnosis terms. How can I bypass that critical factor? Well, questions bypass the critical factor. However, if you ask yourself this empowering questions, like, why am I so timid? That question is going to bypass the radar and goes into your unconscious mind, and then your subconscious mind, kind of like a trained hunting dog, will search for the answer until it finds it. And then it will come up with all the reasons why you are timid, and that will reinforce the reasons of why you are timid, which you don't want, because that's a disempowering question. It's going to give you more disempowerment. Nobody wants that. What you do want is to ask empowering questions. Tony Robbins said, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your questions. If you ask yourself good questions, it will determine the quality of your life. It will determine the programming of your unconscious mind. Subsequently, the behavior and the responses you get externally. Subsequently, your whole life will begin to change and shift in a direction that's more resourceful for you. So you can start to ask yourself, how is it that I'm so courageous? That question is going to bypass the radar, goes into your unconscious mind. Your subconscious, just like a trained hunting dog, will find the answers for you. And all of a sudden, you will begin to gradually and automatically feel more courageous. And you have all these reasons popping up for you that make complete sense. So try it. You can ask yourself, how is it that even though I'm in a stressful situation, I still manage to turn it internally and feel calm and confident? And let that question sink in. Ask another question. How is it even in uncomfortable company, when I'm with individuals who cause me stress, or I have fear of being criticized or ridiculed, I still manage to be completely calm and collected on the inside and manage the situation with such harmony and ease? And let that question sink in, and the answers will start to bubble up for you. So how does that sound to you? Do you prefer the journaling exercise, or do you prefer to ask yourself affirmative questions or affirmations in the form of questions? Let me know what you think in the comments. Also, I encourage you, if you resonate with asking yourself questions in the form of affirmations, or giving yourself affirmations in the form of questions, there is a book called Affirmations. I'll link it in the description as well. It's by an author named Noah St. John. There are many people who advocate for this concept of giving yourself affirmations in the form of questions, and he is one of them. So I encourage you also to maybe open up your recorder on your smartphone and have a list of affirmations that you formed for yourself that resonate with you, using your own words, and record it. And you can listen to it. You can listen to it in the morning. You can listen to it when you're driving. And it will just begin to transform your mind. And like I said, it will bypass the radar system that usually rejects a lot of the traditional affirmations. Another thing you can do is that you can search on YouTube for affirmations or affirmations in the form of questions, and you will find a lot of videos, and you can just listen to them, and they will begin to transform your mind at a deeper level. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I hope you remember that visual aid, that when your body's relaxed, it's open, it's relaxed, and it's filled with vitality. And when your body is tight because you're maybe afraid or in an uncomfortable situation, your body's tight, and it reduces the oxygen delivered to your cells, to your muscles, to your tissues. So you always want to be conscious. As you breathe slowly and exhale in a prolonged way, it sends signals to the brain to send signals to the nervous system that you're safe. Because if you're in danger, you wouldn't be breathing deeply. So there are hacks that you can do to trick your mind and body that you're safe. Subsequently, your performance get better, and obviously you feel way better. It may seem sometimes that being on survival mode is the right thing to do, not because it's true, not because it's helpful to you and to the things that you want to achieve in life, but because it's familiar, because there's momentum. If you or someone has been on survival mode for such a long time, consistently, whether they know it or don't know it, it may seem that being relaxed is dangerous. When you're used to being on survival mode, being relaxed may seem dangerous, but that is not true. You need to retrain your brain that you're actually safe. That's why gratitude practices are so powerful in transforming people's lives, because they send signals to the brain not to be in survival mode, just to be relaxed. We're actually safe. I have a roof over my head. That statement in itself tells my brain we're safe, and the brain takes it and applies it to the whole body, making you more healthy and making something like your voice function better. So without letting that video drag too much, hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed it. Click the link in the bio to join my free mini course to learn the foundations for a healthy voice, physically and psychologically. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions that I can shed light on. With that, stay well. Much love. I'll see you in the next video.